fait tout le tour, là, on vous raconte tout.
Berenice, hello, how are you?
Juste en quelques mots, comment ça s'est passé à la fois?
How did everything go for the film that you're acting in? And yes, very well. The audience was very warm in its reception. It was very pleasant. I'm involved in 2 films here, so they're very different. The 2 characters are very different too.
Je connais votre carrière, j'ai la chance de
I know your career, I've interviewed you before. I know you like diversity and you like working with strong directors. Are the 2 films that you're bringing here to Cannes comparable? Well, of course, when you work with Bellocchio, who is a monster of Italian film, and a young director such as Joachim, the 2 projects are as worthy as each other. And so, for you, being here in the Directors' Fortnight, is it the same as being in competition? No, it's slightly different. And the people react differently also. People aren't trying to compare the films, either they like them or they don't like them. They don't really need to judge the films in the same way as when you're in competition. Well, when you're a cinema lover, then as long as you see good films, then you're happy. That was Bérénice Bejo.
Bonjour Michel.
Michel is here also.
C'est la soirée Spielberg dont je vais vous poser.
This is a Spielberg evening. So what's your favourite Spielberg film? Bit of a silly question, but let's go for it. E.T., Minority Report.
J'irai E.T. quand même.
Oh, what's he? Oh, Joe. Indiana Jones. Oh, there are so many, it's difficult to choose. What about Jaws?
Aussi, au moment où je le vois, ouais, mais en fait je suis pas hyper fort en classement.
But I'm not very good at making charts like that. I just try to go and see good films. Well, your film, The Artist, has started here, so I imagine it's important for you to come back every year and show your face in Cannes. No, it's not important. You can live without coming to Cannes, but it's very pleasant. So how are you getting on with your latest project? It's a story about Godard. That's what the rumour is. Well, it's a comedy that talks about Jean-Luc Godard in 1968, at the time when he switched from the Godard that we all know and love to the more secretive person. It all happened in May 68, so it's a comedy. I've started the prep work. Louis Garrel is playing Godard, and Sylvie Vartan is playing his wife. Bérénice Bejo plays in the film. There's a whole range of good actors and actresses. I wonder why this story hasn't been filmed before. I wonder. They were probably just waiting for you. Well, I'm really happy to be working on this project. I'm really delighted to be working on a comedy again. Well, hurry up and make that film. We're looking forward to it. Michel Areznoisis and Bérénice Bejo with us on TV Festival here in Cannes.
Pour une soirée exceptionnelle puisque
for a wonderful evening because this is for the Steven Spielberg film.
Ici son tout nouveau film,
his latest creation, the BFG.
Plutôt le BFG en anglais, le Big, non pas Fat, mais Friendly Giant. C'est d'après un roman, d'après une histoire
Big
de
Friendly Giant, based on a book by Roald Dahl. The whole of the English-speaking world is familiar with, everyone grew up with the stories of Roald Dahl, particularly the BFG. The big friendly giant who opposes the nasty giants who kill children and take them off and eat them. But thank heavens there's a friendly and kindly giant there.
Enlever une petite fille avec qui il va se prendre d'amitié.
And the big giant kidnaps a little girl. He befriends her and they save the world. It really is a wonderful film for children. It's a really well-made film, of course, by Steven Spielberg. He co-wrote it with the whole E.T. team.
Il est revenu quand même pour travailler avec Steven Spielberg sur ce projet-là, et surtout écrit par Melissa Mathison.
It was written by Melissa Mathison also. She did the screenplay.
Melissa Mathison, évidemment.
Melissa Mathison is obviously the author of E.T. along with Steven Spielberg, and the comparison is quite strong between the two films. Accepting others, protecting innocence, all wrapped up in a children's story. Absolutely wonderful. There's a wonderful scene in there which will mark everyone who watches the film.
Alors on ne sait pas ce qui arrive au film. Hein. Il vit, il survit, il marche pas. On ne sait pas ce qui leur arrive, mais on sait.
We don't know what will happen to the film, whether it will be a success or not. But there is a certain character, particularly the Queen of England in the film, that you're not likely to forget.
Prochainement, nous la retrouverons dans le nouveau film de Tralanoum.
Le film sort en juin aux États-Unis.
The BFG is being released in the States in June.
Et le 20 juillet en France.
And in France on the 20th of July.
Le bon gros géant, le
BFG. The book was published in 1982. That was the year when Spielberg was directing E.T. And if you take a look in the film, one of the drawers in the orphan's home, there is a fluffy toy of E.T. So there's a bit of a reference there.
Les deux films sont évidentes.
Linking the two films together.
Effets spéciaux absolument
There are
exceptionnels.
fabulous special effects in the BFG.
Dans le film.
Of course, anything is possible nowadays, but you need good taste. Claude Lelouch is here on the red carpet. Let's have a word, because there is a screening this evening in Cannes Classic of A Man and a Woman, 50 years after it won the Golden Palm here in Cannes. That was back in 1966. We'll have a word with Claude Lelouch and see if he remembers the screening of A Man and a Woman here in Cannes.
Sur le grand écran du palais, vous le reconnaissez, Zylberstein et son réalisateur de 1+1, Monsieur Claude Lelouch.
Claude Lelouch qui va être dans un instant avec nous.
Claude Lelouch will be with us any minute.
Accompagné d'Elsa Zylberstein.
With Elsa Zylberstein on his arm.
Sa co-scénariste aussi.
And Valérie Perrin, who is his partner in life and co-screenwriter. Good evening, how are you? Well, I'm happy. I'm celebrating my 50th birthday today. Do you remember that screening some 50 years ago when A Man and a Woman was screened? Well, I was scared at the time. I wondered if it was going to be well accepted, but I'm slightly reassured since then, because the film still is alive. But some 50 years ago, I was pretty scared. The press saw the film in the morning. Oh, and that didn't go down at all well. There'd been a storm in Cannes that morning, and the screening had to be halted at the time when the dog ran onto the beach, and so people thought it was the end of the film. I thought I was going to die, but thank heavens the reel started up again. People got back, and then in the evening it was just magical. Of course, here in Cannes, you got the palms, and your film went to Hollywood afterwards. How can you explain that the film is so meaningful to people even still today? Well, it's a film which talks to people's hearts rather than their brains. When you speak to people's hearts, then the films remain with them, and you journey with the film. So I've been very fortunate in making some films like that, and I've always favoured the heart over the brain. So I stay with people for longer. Thank you very much, and happy birthday to your film, A Man and a Woman, and happy birthday to you too. That was Claude Lelouch with us.
Avec la Evely superbe dans cette robe bleue. Et ma foi, quelle que soit la couleur, elle est superbe.
Voilà donc Claude Lelouch qui était avec nous.
That was Claude Lelouch with us on the red carpet, celebrating the 50th anniversary of his film A Man and a Woman in the Cannes Classic section here at the 69th Cannes Film Festival.
Alors que Blake Lively Et devant les
we have Blake Lively also with us on the red carpet, signing autographs at the moment.
Elle signe des autographes. Et devant les fans.
And very soon she'll be heading to the red carpet. Aishwarya Rai is also here.
Blake Lively qui a
Blake
Like,
Lively's been very good with the fans. Every evening she goes over and has a chat with them and signs autographs. If we can, we'll ask her which is her favourite Spielberg film.
Voilà donc. Nous sommes en bas des marches pour cette...
We're at the bottom of the steps on the red carpet for a wonderful evening celebrating the BFG by Steven Spielberg. Blake Lively is interacting with the crowd.
Regardez, regardez, repart de l'autre côté pour aller essayer.
And then she goes off to the other side.
Ils ont attendu
Seeing
sous la
people
pluie.
waiting on the other side. People have been waiting in the rain here this afternoon, so they deserve some excitement. People have prepared posters and everything. So it's nice that Blake goes to chat with them. Blake, of course, was in the opening film, Café Society, by Woody Allen.
Qui s'appelle The Shallows, où elle joue
And
une...
she's also working on a genre film called The Shallows. She's a surfer. She gets attacked by a shark. She gets stranded on an island. What happens to her? Well, that's what you'll see, and that's what you'll learn when you see the film.
La voilà Blake, elle arrive.
Blake Lively's on her way.
On va dire un petit mot.
We'll have a word with her if we can.
How are you again?
Good to see you. It's a Steven Spielberg night. So what is your favorite Spielberg movie?
Oh, my favorite E.T., I think. I mean, he's made so many great movies, but E.T. always gets me.
How does it go so far in Cannes?
I think it's gone pretty well. This is my last night here, so...
Oh, come on, you have to stay.
Nice celebration. No. I've had enough. I think Cannes has had enough of me, too.
We'll never have enough of you, mademoiselle.
Well, maybe next year.
Merci
Thank
beaucoup.
you. Thank you for
Merci. Blake Lively, qui était donc avec nous.
That was Blake Lively with us
Blake
on the red
Lively,
carpet.
L'égérie d'une...
One of the many muses of a cosmetic brand, which is very present here in Cannes.
Voilà, donc on attend toute l'équipe du
We're
film.
still
de Steven
waiting
Spielberg.
for the crew from the Steven Spielberg film, the BFG.
Le bon gros géant, le BFG en anglais, Big Friendly Giant.
The big friendly giant.
On va rester en bas des marches pour vous faire vivre ce moment pour l'instant.
We're going to linger here on the red carpet and see all of the stars arriving and share these moments with you.
Steven Spielberg, il y aura
With Steven Spielberg, we'll hopefully be seeing Mark Rylance, who is his new partner in crime.
à qui il a offert le rôle de cet espion
Mark
soviétique dans le monde des espions.
Rylance also played the role of the Russian spy in the film The Bridge of Spies by Spielberg, and that won an Oscar for the best supporting role in Hollywood last year.
Le bon gros géant, et ils
And
attaquent un nouveau
since The
film.
Bridge of Spies, they've worked on the BFG, and they're working on a third one, and there's even been talk of a fourth film.
Conférence de presse à Steven Spielberg.
During
s'il
the press
comptait
conference, people were wondering if Mark Rylance might feature in the next Indiana Jones film, but that's quite not on the cards yet. But he's a wonderful actor. He first came to light in the film Intimacy, a film in English by Patrice Chéreau.
Il était extraordinaire.
And Mark Rylance was wonderful in that film.
Donc la première ce soir du bon gros géant.
So this is the premiere screening of the BFG this evening. The other actors include Rebecca Hall,
Déjà venu à Cannes.
who has
pour,
been to Cannes before. She came with Woody Allen for Vicky Cristina Barcelona.
alors que vous voyez à l'image
On the screen,
l'actrice indienne
you
Aishwarya
see Indian actress Aishwarya Rai.
Dans quelques instants, Blake Lively
In a
aussi.
few moments, you'll see Blake Lively in front of the photographers.
Et toutes ces jeunes femmes sont, comme le dit le monsieur dans la chanson, sapées comme jamais. En même temps, on est à Cannes.
And these glamorous women are here delighting the photographers.
Voilà, donc nous sommes en bas des marches. Agnès Varda vient d'arriver.
Agnès Varda has just shown up on the red carpet.
On va peut-être la voir à l'image dans un instant.
You might get her on your screens in a couple of moments.
Voilà, donc nous sommes en bas des marches pour
Here
cette
we are
montée exceptionnelle.
at the
Encore une
bottom of the steps, just by the red carpet for another wonderful evening here in Cannes.
Alors que Max von Sydow est en train de signer des autographes.
Max von Sydow is signing autographs. Try and have a little word if we can.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Good
Bonsoir.
evening, sir. How are you?
Vous êtes venu en famille, c'est ça?
You've come with your family this evening.
Oui,
Yes.
on a pris l'opportunité.
We just seized that opportunity to come in, the family. Are you? Is it important for you, Mr. von Sydow, to come to Cannes?
C'est très bien.
Well, it's always good to come from time to time.
La soirée, Steven.
Si on est proche.
Yes, yes, we're very close to Cannes.
À côté, c'est ça?
Non.
We've got our granddaughters with us and they're thrilled to be here. We'll have a lovely evening. You're going to really enjoy this film. Thank you for speaking to us. Max von Sydow, who was with us there,
Il a signé des autographes.
Swedish actor.
D'accueillir Yoon Kun Lee.
Voilà donc le film de Steven Spielberg dans un instant.
And very soon, everyone will be going in to see the BFG, directed by Steven Spielberg. Of course, Spielberg is a regular here at Cannes.
Bien sûr. En 2013, le président du jury.
In 2013, he was a president of the jury, of course.
Puis on s'en rappelle peu, mais sa carrière a quasiment démarré ici, puisque
And his career practically started here, although people don't really remember that. His second film after Duel was called The Sugarland Express, and it was screened here in Cannes in 1974 and won the prize for the best screenplay. And then, of course, E.T. was screened in '82. That was the closing film of the festival in '82. Back in those days, there still was a closing film.
a connu
And
une de ces réceptions qui reste dans la
that
légende.
film received such a standing ovation.
Est-ce que Hollywood a compris que
And that's when Hollywood and Los Angeles realized also that E.T. was something pretty special.
vous êtes devant votre écran, je suis sûr que vous avez tous
And I'm sure every one of you watching this television have seen E.T.
Nous avons le plaisir d'accueillir Miss Faye.
On va aller dire un petit mot à Agnès Varda qui est accompagnée
Let's
par
have a word
l'artiste
with Agnès Varda, if we can, who's with the artist JR.
Et enfin,
Excusez-moi, je vous embête 2 minutes.
Can I just interrupt you for a moment?
Bonjour, comment allez-vous?
Hi, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. It's very pleasant to come back to Cannes, to come and then to come back again.
Bonheur de vous avoir.
It's always a delight to see you on the red carpet. You're here with JR.
Quelle est votre approche?
How did you get together? Well, I met him in the street. I didn't have anyone's arm to walk along with. Well, almost. We kind of bumped into each other in the street, and we've been together ever since. We've worked a bit together, and today she's bringing me into her world. Cannes not really my universe. Cannes is always outstanding and very different. And it's full of sequins. It's not my usual attire, but look, I have sprinkled some sequins on this evening. And is there any link between your work, JR, and Agnès's work? Yes, of course, there are lots of links. We've worked in similar countries. Her work has inspired me, and it's great to be able to work together, and I learn a lot about life. And there's a great human contact there. What's your project now? We're working on a film. We've been working on it for a year now. We go out to meet people, and by meeting others, we meet each other and we meet ourselves. And Agnès has never co-directed a film in the past. I've always done things on my own, like a big girl. But now that I'm shrinking and I'm a small girl, I'm getting a helping hand. It's really different. It's very exciting. It's difficult too. It's unique to work with someone. Well, enjoy your time on the red carpet. Thank you for speaking to us. That was JR and Agnès Varda on the red carpet, working together on an artistic project. A lot of people here in Cannes. This evening there'll be the crew from the film, there'll be the jury members, and the festival goers, those people who love the movies.
Voir le film. On attend l'équipe de...
We're still patiently waiting for the crew from the film, the BFG.
Le film de Steven Spielberg.
Spielberg's latest creation.
Ils vont venir dans un instant, ils seront à notre micro, on l'espère.
He'll be along soon and we'll hopefully be able to catch a few words with him.
Monsieur Claude Lelouch est avec nous.
Alors qu'à l'image, vous allez voir dans un instant.
On screen in a couple of moments,
Claude Lelouch.
you'll see Claude Lelouch at the bottom of the steps.
Mais dans un instant. La musique a commencé.
And the music has started. The music from his film some 50 years ago.
Le voilà à l'image.
There he is on your screens with Elba Silverstein.
Et Valérie Perrin, donc sa
And
compagne
Valérie
co-scénariste.
Perrin, co-screenwriter and partner in life.
On continue à parler longtemps de un homme et une femme.
I think we'll be talking of his film, A Man and a Woman, for a long, long time to come.
Là-haut avec sa palme d'or, puisqu'il aura fallu attendre Entre les murs, le film de Laurent Canté.
So he was one of the rare French directors to win the Golden Palm. 21 years later,
Van Gogh.
there was the film Van Gogh, which was a French film and won a Palme d'Or.
Van Gogh avait gagné la Palme d'Or et puis ensuite c'était le film
And
de Laurent Canté.
then it was a Laurent Canté film, Between the Walls, in the Classroom.
Si ce n'est pas le bon, je vérifierai tout ça. En 87, c'était Sous le soleil de Satan, hein, pas Van Gogh, vous aurez rectifié de vous-même.
It was not Van Gogh that I mentioned earlier on. It was Or Satin which won the prize that year.
Faire les choses de mémoire, on dit des bêtises.
Avec nous sur le tapis rouge, la comédienne Louise Gomère, que l'on avait découverte à Cannes entre les murs, film qui a remporté la Palme d'Or. On l'a vu depuis dans 17 vies, de Delphine et Muriel Poulain. Et on la verra cette année dans...
Voilà donc, un film français remportera-t-il la palme cette année?
Might a French film win the Golden Palm this year? Why not?
Film présenté à Cannes.
Le petit tableau d'appréciation des journalistes.
In the scores so far that the journalists give out, they mark the different films. The Alain Guiraudie is a favourite with some journalists, but there are a lot of films that remain to be seen. The film Slack Bay was a favourite also. We have From the Land of Moons, the film by Nicole Garcia to come. That's another French film. And then Personal Shopper, the Olivier Assayas film that will be screened, if I'm not mistaken, on Tuesday.
Encore des chances françaises.
So France is in with a chance this year.
Pas mal de chances francophones, puisque en plus de ça, il y a le film des Dardennes.
But there are also further French-speaking films, so the Dardenne Brothers and
Adèle Exarchopoulos.
starring Adèle Exarchopoulos.
De recevoir sur le tapis rouge un immense acteur, Monsieur Max von Sydow.
Et il y aura aussi le film
And there
de
will be the Xavier Dolan film
ainsi que le film de Paul Verhoeven qui
and the Paul Verhoeven film also.
Max von Sydow,
It's called L, and that will be screened next Saturday.
le nouveau film de son ami Steven Spielberg avec qui il a tourné Minority Report. Le génial acteur du 7e saut, de l'exorcisme.
alors qu'à l'image nous voyons
On the screen,
D'Anna et ses sœurs, de Pelé le conquérant et
we
les
can see many people on the red carpet.
Max von Sydow et toute sa petite famille.
There's Mr. SYDOW and his family.
Sa épouse est française, ils habitent en France.
They are a Swedish family, but they live in France most of the time. And the grandchildren are there, the granddaughters.
dans la série Game of Thrones, Monsieur Max von Sydow.
Voilà, on va se préparer parce que
So let's get ready because I think I can see the police escort heading towards us, and the police escort always accompanies the crew from the film.
convoi du film en projection ce soir, hors compétition, de Bon Gros Géant qui va arriver. Dans un instant, regardez, on va vous montrer l'image de...
We're going to show you some footage of all of the festival goers, and here we have the official procession rolling up, ready to greet Mr. Spielberg and all of the crew from the film The BFG.
Et voilà. Jean-François Couvois qui lance l'équipe.
Très belle exposition intitulée Vous êtes ici.
Ils arrivent. Ils arrivent.
They're on their way.
On va être avec eux dans un tout petit instant. Les
We'll be
voitures
with them
officielles
very, very soon. The official cars are within view.
du festival. Et dans l'une de ces voitures, il y a tout simplement l'un des
In one of these cars, there is one of the biggest filmmakers in the world, Mr. Steven Spielberg.
Sur le Festival de Cannes.
Alors, dans quelle voiture?
In which car will he be, though? That's the question.
Toute l'équipe qui va se mettre en place dans un tout petit instant.
Once the cars draw up, the crew will get into position.
Alors que Agnès Varda et JR sont
Agnès Varda still there with JR on the red carpet.
Agnès Varda, JR.
La mise en place va s'effectuer dans un moment. Ils sont dans le deuxième convoi, dans les deuxièmes voitures. On va
So
les
the protocol team will be getting busy down at the far end of the red carpet, ready to put everyone in place.
adapter par Steven
Roald
Spielberg.
Dahl, adapted by Steven Spielberg, gives a great film for the family. The BFG is a very moving film. It's very funny and it's full of magic as well.
Genre, attention, qui sort de cette voiture? Ah bah c'est Monsieur Steven Spielberg.
There's Mr. Steven Spielberg getting out of the first car.
Steven Spielberg qui va être avec nous.
He's going to be with us any second now.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
How are you?
Good.
This is very exciting.
Yeah, how does it feel? I mean, the last time you were here, you were Monsieur le Président.
Last time I was here, I did not have a film that I was showing. So it was easy to walk up the stairs. Now it's a little more difficult, a little more nervous.
This is a beautiful movie. This is so cute and so heartwarming. Why did you want to adapt Roald Dahl?
Well, I read the book to my children when they were growing up, and so I felt like I was the BFG reading to my own kids. And I wanted to see somebody else play my part. So I got Mark Rylance, who was exceptional.
Mark Rylance is great. Are you guys going to make 25 movies together?
I would like to make movies with Mark Rylance, Daniel Day-Lewis, and Tom Hanks for the rest of my life.
That'd be nice. One word about showing the movie here. It's so great to have a movie that is talking to all the family here in Cannes.
Yeah, you know, this is very nostalgic for me and bittersweet because Melissa Matheson, who wrote E.T., she also wrote the BFG, and we were here in 1982 together on closing night for E.T., and now we're here on Saturday, but we don't have Melissa, but she is with us. We believe she's all over this movie, so her heart is with BFG's heart tonight.
I was waiting for the BFG to say, BFG found home.
Oh, well.
This movie that's so close, and the heart is still the same. Is your movie heart still the same?
Yeah, my movie heart hasn't changed. But my love for history compels me to tell a lot of stories in the idiom of history, but it's a release and a relief for me to be able to let the imagination and the heart, you know, come back out to play again.
You put people together with your film, monsieur. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
How is it to be directed by monsieur?
It's absolutely amazing. It's brilliant. I'm so excited to be here as well. It's amazing, yeah.
You are amazing in the film. How did you get along with Mark? You two are wow.
Yeah, we had a really strong relationship, which really helped, and he's a really lovely man. So it was always that way. So it was great. Yeah.
You are great in the film. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Thank you so much.
Hi, Mama.
La petite Ruby qui donne un petit bonjour à sa grand-mère. On va voir si Mark Rylance est ici. Mark
Rylance.
On va essayer de parler avec Mark Rylance.
Try and have a word with Mark Rylance if we can.
Il est parti signer des autographes là-bas.
But he's off signing autographs right now.
Donc, il y a Rebecca Hall qui est là-bas.
Rebecca Hall is also here. We'll try and have a word with her.
What? On va parler avec Rebecca d'abord et on va revenir ensuite.
We'll have a word with Rebecca first of all, if we can, and then we'll be back.
Rebecca? Hello, hi, how are you?
Hello, good, how are you?
Great. How was it to be in this film? It's such a special movie. It's such a heartful movie.
So thrilling for me, so thrilling.
What kind of director is he?
You know, he's very precise. He has an exact image in his head of what he wants, and he knows how to make the magic happen, and he gets on with it. And he's just brilliant at what he does.
Oh, okay. Your Majesty, I can talk to you. Wilton, director, she plays the Queen in the film. Mais il faut elle parle, pardon, elle joue la reine dans le film.
Plays the role of the Queen in the film, and she has to go ahead and take a place in the red carpet now.
Excuse me.
Hey, Mark, can I bother you a second? Hi. Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour, bonjour.
How do you feel here on the red carpet tonight?
Pardon?
How do you feel on the red carpet here tonight with this film?
Excited. That's very excited.
Okay, allons-y, you gotta go,
Off you go.
Voilà, Mark Rylance, on va pas le faire rater.
Mark Rylance, we can't hold him back. He's got to climb those red steps. He is absolutely marvelous in the latest Spielberg film.
Voilà, donc la mise en place pour la montée des marches.
The whole team is getting ready, in position, ready to climb the steps. Kathleen Kennedy there is the president of Lucasfilm and has come back to produce this film. He wanted to get the original E.T. team back together. Here we have the Carnival of Animals by Camille Saint-Saëns, which signals the start of the red carpet for the film The BFG, directed by Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg, accompagné de son épouse, Kate Spielberg.
Voilà donc Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg with his wife.
Ruby Barnhill, elle est mignonne comme
And
tout.
Ruby Barnhill, the little actress who said hi to her nan
C'est parti, vous l'avez entendu
on the
chez
screen.
Pierre tout à l'heure.
But they didn't have much time to speak to us. They had to stick to the protocol and the timing.
Rebecca Hall qui est là aussi.
Rebecca Hall also with us. Jermaine Clement.
Jermaine Clement.
Alors que je ne vois pas Frank Marshall. Ah, si, il est là, juste à côté de.
I see Frank Marshall. Oh, yes, yes, there he is. I can see him.
Il est en rouge. Frank Marshall juste à côté. On va le voir là, dans un instant. Jermaine Clement à l'image.
Jermaine Clement there on your screen right now. Rebecca Hall.
La fille de Roald Dahl, l'auteur.
Ça, c'est la fille de Roald Dahl, donc.
The daughter of Roald Dahl is there.
Marshall et Kathleen Kennedy qui marchent.
Frank Marshall and Kathleen Kennedy
Et la
getting into
petite.
position. And there's that lovely little Ruby Barnhill.
On le savait, on l'avait déjà vu.
It's wonderful the work that Spielberg can achieve with children. All of those years later, after Close Encounters, he gets wonderful results also in this film, the BFG, and of course the E.T. film was the same. He really works well with children. He loved Truffaut and used his advice for Close Encounters.
Qui a toujours su le mieux diriger les enfants.
He's always worked. François Truffaut was the best director working with children, and Spielberg is quite a close rival.
Et puisqu'on parle de Truffaut,
But seeing as we're talking about Truffaut, let's remember that the honorary palm will be handed out to Jean-Pierre Léaud,
semble-t-il dans la semaine.
and I think that's sometime this week.
Qui a tourné donc Le Pont des Espions, l'avant-dernier film de Steven Spielberg, et qu'on a vu à Cannes dans
La balle d'honneur sera remise à
Les Insectes.
Palm of honor will be at the closing ceremony. Jean-Pierre Léaud will receive that.
séance spéciale.
And he's in a film in a special screening of Louis XVI. It's Frank Marshall there.
Dans le film, et ça peut être quelque chose. C'est un film d'Albert Serra.
It's a film by Albert Serra.
Que Rebecca Hall et Jermaine
Whereas
Clement sont
meanwhile, here we have Rebecca Hall and Jermaine Clement.
Penelope Wilton qui joue la reine.
Penelope Wilton, who plays the Queen.
Mais la scène avec la
There's a great scene involving her in the film.
toujours inscrite.
And I think once you've seen it, you'll never forget it.
Voilà donc toute l'équipe
We have the whole team
de The BFG,
from the BFG.
le BGG en français.
Également avec nous, Rebecca Hall,
Rebecca Hall,
pour le Prestige, Vicky Cristina Barcelona, ou Iron
actrice passionnante. Rebecca Hall
Rebecca Hall is a thrilling actress.
m'avait assez impressionné dans le film de Ben Affleck.
I was very impressed by her in the Ben Affleck film,
Gone Baby Gone à l'époque.
Gone Baby Gone.
du bon gros géant.
Et Steven Spielberg donc à l'image.
Steven Spielberg on the red carpet.
Steven Spielberg, on le rappelle, président du jury du festival.
Spielberg was the jury
Allez, je vous laisse
a few
15
years
secondes.
ago, and do you remember which film won his Golden Palm?
2013.
It was in
avait donné-
2013.
Ça y est, c'est bon.
You got the
c'est qui
answer?
Il y a 3 palmes d'or. En fait, il y a une palme
Well,
pour le
there were
film.
three Golden Palms. There was blue is the best color, and there was a palm for both of the two actresses in there, in that film. So that was one of the highlights of the festival.
Accueille Steven Spielberg.
Thierry Frémaux and Pierre Lescure are greeting the team from the film The BFG. Mark Rylance, Ruby Barnhill, Penelope Wilton, Jermaine Clement, Rebecca Hall,
La fille de Roald Dahl.
And Lucy Dahl, daughter of Roald Dahl.
Thierry Frémont. Voilà donc toute l'équipe
The entire team
de The BFG.
is together halfway up the stairs. The entire team from the BFG.
Steven Spielberg qui salue la foule.
Beaucoup de monde sur...
A lot of people in Cannes, all around the red carpet, to catch a glimpse of Steven Spielberg.
Indiana Jones, E.T.
dont on peut sans doute dire, sans se tromper, que c'est peut-être le
And I think we
cinéaste
can say that he is the most popular filmmaker in the world.
tout simplement. Ce monsieur
Quite
devant
simply, the gentleman you see on your screen.
de Cannes, qui donne à sa carrière en ce moment un tournant passionnant.
And he is taking a new turn in his film career with Lincoln, The Bridge of Spies, but holding on to that family touch with the BFG. He's coming up with the Ready Player One, science fiction film all about connectivity in our society. If you have the chance of reading the book, it's worthwhile. It's an interesting book, but Spielberg will turn it into a film, and I think it will be impressive. Guess who's playing in Ready Player One? Mark Rylance.
Après, il fera le prochain Indiana Jones, il a déjà annoncé.
And then Spielberg will be making another Indiana Jones.
Comme tous les grands cinéastes, comme les Woody Allen et
Just like Woody Allen and all the rest, he keeps working and working and working to